You're so pretty, girl. Hi everybody. Today is the 23rd of December and I am back in Shrewsbury. I'm back in Shrewsbury early. I was back on Monday following the Tier 4 basically lockdown announcement about London, and I was at work. A few people have asked me about my job, so wait, let me just move the camera actually. Okay. Yeah, so I trained doing fashion design and pattern cutting, and after I studied, I did loads of like free work interning, which apparently now you can't let anybody do for free. But at that point, boy oh boy, did they make you work for free. Anyway, I got a job in a department store doing alterations. And if you ever shop in a boutique, which is just one brand, so like Dior, Chanel, Valentino, I have friends that work in those brands in the individual stores. The person who does all the pins and pins you up and talks to you is the same person that does the sewing. But in a department store that's really big, those are two separate people. So the person that does the customer facing and all the decision making and the chit chat, that's me, is called a fitter. And then the tailor is the seamstress who sits at the machine and doesn't have anything to do with the client and is completely reliant on the fitter's knowledge. So although we can both do one another's job, for time purposes we split it. So basically my job, I know how I got so lucky to do this job, but my job is to chit chat all day with random people. It's brilliant. So someone needs alterations. It could be like trouser shortening. It could be that there's like a one-off gown in just one size made, one in the world, and then we need to make it bigger or smaller by like several sizes. So that kind of thing can be crazy, and that's my favourite. Most of my personal clients are plus-sized women. I think over 50, most of my clients, 50 years old, and mostly evening gowns. So that's kind of what I specialise in, and people meet me, and you know, if you get along with somebody, same as like a hairdresser or a doctor or whoever does a customer facing role where they offer a service to you, you just kind of trust that person, and then you always want to go back to them because you know that they understand what you need, and yeah, so it's a lot of fun, and because also the clients are mostly international people, very rare that I see anybody who's British or even anyone who's European actually. So then you need to know a little bit about people's like religious backgrounds for the purpose of events. So like an Islamic wedding or a Jewish wedding would be very different than like a British wedding in a registry office. So you kind of need to know that little bit of background so that you can give really good advice, and that you're almost not like allowing somebody to turn up at an event in something wildly inappropriate. If that was their choice, that's fine. But if it was just that they were unaware, I feel that's part of my role to make sure that they are spectacular for the event that they are attending, and everything looks perfect in all the pictures, and that they feel great is the main thing, and that people aren't going to be like pointing and staring. So yeah, and you build up these relationships with people, and you see someone for maybe their engagement dress, their wedding dress, and then later on when they have children, you see them And it's really sweet. You see these little like windows into people's life just through meeting them in a fitting room. And it does take quite a particular person to do my job, because walking into a small room with a half-naked person, helping them into their clothes, finding out all about their life without sounding like a nosy Parker, and making them feel comfortable and confident can be really difficult. So everyone who does that job, we all seem to have just something about us that puts people at ease. So that is what I do. And when I go to London, I stay with my dad for a few days, and I work all my days like compressed together. I used to do 12-hour shifts and then have 3 days off in a row and then do my shifts again. So it's a bit different now in kind of COVID times, and there aren't that many clients. But anyway, that is what I do for my job, and I love it. Currently, I am technically redundant, so I'm doing a temporary role in the role that I've always done. And then when I go on maternity, I won't come back, which was my choice anyway. So it's really good how everything has turned out. But I was in London the whole week, happy as Larry. It was going fine, a little bit more tricky now that my tummy's getting bigger, which is just hilarious. You catch yourself just not being able to do things that you have always been able to do, like lifting things. Like, I mean, I used to run upstairs, and now I do 2 stairs and I'm having a break. All the staff behind me, I'm like, go, man down. So yeah, with the now tier 4, stores closed, no more work for at least 2 weeks. We're waiting for the end of this month, January, to hear what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to open until, I don't know, mid-Jan, end of Jan. So that is my little catch up. Last week I worked in gift wrap and in personalisation, doing monogramming. A lot of fun. That is not my job at all, but I was just helping out the team because I know what to do. And gift wrapping is insanity. Insane. And people can see you wrap as well. You know, when you do something and someone's peering over your shoulder and you just, your heart is in your stomach and you feel terror. Yeah, that's the kind of situation that you're in, and they're scrutinising your every fold. But I loved it. It was hilarious. And what else did I do? Oh, I had 3 Christmas dinners in the staff canteen. Shockingly bad Christmas dinners. I have absolutely no standard when it comes to Christmas dinner. The fact that it looks more or less on the plate like a Christmas dinner is perfect to me. Slather it in gravy, it'll be fine. And I gave a few gifts and received a few gifts to my colleagues, and that was good. So it was all over. It was a good week. I didn't record anything because I was so pooped before and after every day at work, and I'm not allowed to record at work, which is horrible. Otherwise I would be pestering all my colleagues and recording little snippets of what they're up to. But no, that was good. I worked 1 extra day after the tier was announced, just to make sure that everybody's garments were ready to go and they can collect them, or we'd store them correctly, and everything was clean and tidy. I did my little bit. Some people stayed a few extra days, I think. But by now, everybody will be home for Christmas. My food delivery came. I got one from Tesco. It was like a 10 p.m. slot that I happened to come across at 6 a.m. one morning when I woke up by chance, and I thought, oh, let's check and see if Tesco have any deliveries, which they did. All the food's in the fridge. Everything is ready to go. Everything has been delivered. I mean, there's a few little bits and pieces I ordered that have not yet come, but it doesn't matter. The thing is, with Jason's birthday and my birthday is next week, 2nd of January. We have the same birthday on the same day. I know. You have to share that too. Share your birthday with a boy. So anything that doesn't come now will come in time for birthday. So that works out just fine for us. I got to wrap them. And now I think let's do some Christmas crafting. I think let's do the peg dolls. I'm really excited about the peg dolls. I'll do peg dolls today, and Jason's stocking needs finishing. It's just cut. Still need to embroider it, but the name is written, so it won't take me long. Maybe an hour it will take me to embroider Jason. And then stocking, ladies, and oh yeah, his socks. I finished the heel on the second sock, and I've got to do the toe on the first sock. So there is a foot and two toes to do. Did I say heel? I left the toe not done on the first sock just to make sure of the size. And for those of you who recommended I draw around his foot, I did, which gave me, firstly, he hated me doing it, so that gave me unending joy for Christmas. And I did it so slowly, just to really prolong his suffering. He will never let me do that again. Then I remembered I've got a sock ruler, so I've transferred that information from the foot onto the sock ruler, and now that is ready to go. And I will never have to draw around his foot again. Bless him. I just have a little streak in me that just, I can't help but find it funny. Sorry, my chuckle's making the table move. Oh, and also, look, I found the most brilliant toy while I was looking at crafty things for my dolls. My Christmas angel dolls. The Christmas compendium of games. 50 traditional favourites. I bet my auntie bought me this. This is such an auntie toy. Oh, sorry. I'm going to really embarrass myself now because I don't know the names of loads of these things. Chimneys and trees, Ludo, marbles, pick-up sticks, dice games, card games. These tiddlywinks? I don't know. These are not necessarily like toys of my generation. Jacks? Are these called jacks? Yeah, they are. And the ball. We've got dice. Marbles. I haven't even opened the marbles. Ludo and Christmas snakes and ladders. You see, Jason does not like games. I know, it's heartbreaking. I am such a game player. I mean like board games, not like weird life stuff. He doesn't like to play them, so I've had to resort to having children in order to have someone to play a game with. Pick up sticks. We played this one last year. He didn't mind this game, and he didn't mind snakes and ladders. And I think I tried to teach him spit. Oh, they're quite boring cards. I like ones that have pretty things on. Anyway, this is going to be fun. Poor Jason. He is going to be Christmased out by the end of the weekend. Oh, it's going to be so good. And we never watch films together, but I said I'm going to pick one. And I'm going to pick It's a Wonderful Life. I also really like The Bishop's Wife, very similar. Angel comes down. I think is he Cary Grant? I think he's Cary Grant. Handsome angel comes down and fixes things. Love an angel. And Christmas in Connecticut, where a city girl, also black and white old-fashioned film, city girl writes about being like a mother and a wife and a country girl, and she does recipes and things, but she is actually a city girl and she's lying, and she has to pretend to be who she says she is. Brilliant. Everything goes wrong. Everything goes wrong. Yes. Yes. And then It's a Wonderful Life again with the angel. Except he's a more charming angel because he's a little old man and he's very sweet, and it's like his last chance to do angeling because he ruined the last one. Adorable. Adorable. And they've got a thing with bells that's related to that film, and I love a bell. Just ding, 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 ding. So sweet. So yeah, Christmas games. I've got little vol-au-vents. I've got little salmony puff things. I've got Prosecco. I've got pretty glasses. I need my red nail polish. And I need a fairy for the tree. The stockings need to go up. And by the end of tonight, I'm feeling festive. And I've got one dress. I need to lift the shoulders on it so that the waistline jumps up, and then I can fit my belly in it. And it's red. And it's Christmas. Anyway, 16 minutes I've been talking. Let's do some dollies. Oh, attack of the pipe cleaners. So, I showed you these previously. These are the Peg dolls. I started them and never finished them quite some time ago. 1 or 2 years ago, I'm not sure. So, I bought loads of these pegs. Let me turn them around. They just come as a wooden peg. My dad drilled a hole through the middle of the slanty part here, from one side to the other, and I threaded a pipe cleaner through it. Then I wrapped that pipe cleaner with embroidery floss in a nudie colour. This is like a Caucasian nudie colour. Then I drew the faces just with fine liners, and now they're ready to go. I'm going to make them to be tree toppers, and that will either be a pipe cleaner around the waist for me to tie it on with a pipe cleaner, or a ribbon. We'll see which works or which looks better. When I did the arms, what I did to the pipe cleaner was I trimmed off the fluff. So I used a soft pipe cleaner, not a sparkly one. I can't seem to find any of them, and they were a nudie colour, so if any fluffs happen to show through, they would be the same colour. They were just like a beige. So this is a normal pipe cleaner, and if you use scissors and cut all of the fluff off, you end up with mainly just the wire, and that can then be wrapped with thread. It's the embroidery floss, and I think I just used the whole floss. And a dab of glue, some glue on either end. But basically you just, with the whole floss, you just go really, really slowly, wrap, 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 wrap. In order to get the hands, what I did was, when I got to the very end, maybe 1/2 centimetre from the end, I folded it over. Sorry, so just wrap it in a circle. The wire was, at this point when I was doing the wrapping, she'd already had her arms placed into the peg. Anyway, when I got to the end, I folded it over and wrapped again, going down. And then I kind of glued it and cut it off. I may have even, on some of them, I remember doing 2 layers and going back on myself with the thread, just to get a fuller look. And that worked out really well. So, sorry, I've just used a brown because that's what I had to hand. And I would probably have been, if I was going to use this as a hand, I'd have just taken a little bit more time there. You can see a tiny bit of tinsel's poking out there, but if you'd have used a pipe cleaner with a neutral non-sparkle, that would be fine. So all the way there, fold it in half, wrap around a few times around the hand. That gives you a nice flat hand all the way back. The doll was already attached, and then I would do the other arm, and I've tied it off in the middle. So that's how I did her arms. I learned how to do that on a tutorial for the, I think it's called the Cinder Mice Stitch Along, and the designer shows you how to make little mice, a Cinderella, a Prince Charming and a fairy godmouse. And that's a few years ago that I did that, but I remember this technique and it works really nicely, and you can position her then however you like. I think for the hair, I've got some of this fibre. I think with her cheeks, she's got to have pink hair. She's going to have to be a candy floss one. And then also for her, maybe let's go under. A little bit of pipe cleaner work. That's nice. Oh, does she need a second? I will pop in some glue, I think, at the end. Oh yeah, 2 is good. Why ever have 1 when you could have 2 wings? I would say I am generally a garment maker and not a crafter. I don't do many kind of off the cuff crafts, but crafts have got my heart. Oh, they're so good. Oh, or we could do thin ones. That's more vintage actually. The vintage ones don't have such round butterfly wings, they have much more. Can just play with that. So sweet. Oh, she looks kind of angry but I'm happy with that. It looks like candy floss. I love it. Oh. I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing. Look at her, she's looking cute. All right, let's take some smaller pieces. I've got this glue, high tack. So she's got candy floss hair. She would have candy floss hair if you could see it. Okay, there we go. She's got candy floss hair, like a little old lady, with, I used that trimmed pipe cleaner actually to do the halo. I should probably have done the wings after the hair, but there we go. Then I'm thinking this as a skirt, and then I've got either little stars diamond gems are probably too big. Ooh, I think we've got a winner. Pearls. I think pearls. And then, I don't know, maybe I could actually wrap her whole body in tinsel to make like a sparkly bodice, and then just the skirt is oh, I do like those stars though. Maybe the stars. I think what I'll do is I'll put her skirt on. Yeah, as I said, I am not a massive crafter of little things, but I adore doing it. I just don't do it enough. So far, I just stitched down the tiny little stars. Oh look, she looks so angry, I love it. What you got to be angry about, little fairy, huh? Be grumpy on my Christmas tree? I just popped her in a spool to stand her up. Look how big her skirt is. So good. Now I'm wondering if I could wrap her body in ribbon or with the tinsely pipe cleaners. Got some ribbony bits and some trimmy bits. And then her feet are sticking out, so I'm thinking another layer of something. I wonder if... Oh, would that be too much? If I put a gathered... It looks extra gaudy with that on. But I'm kind of going for gaudy, if I'm honest. Look how gaudy she is. Darling, you're so tacky. Christmas angels should not be too elegant. I could put a different layer of felt. Maybe I could just colour in her feet to give her shoes. She does look quite sweet like that. And I kind of like seeing her little peg doll feet, because you kind of see that she's a peg doll then. She's coming together quite nicely. I just need to stick that little curl down. I need to find a nice ribbon for her waistband. I think I'm going to leave her finished just like this. I mean, maybe a magic wand would be nice. How many stars? Oh, so cute. Put less stars on the back, but I still did put a few. And that thin pipe cleaner weirdly sticking out, that's just to attach it to the tree. So, yeah, she's got a bit of a puffy bodice there, doesn't she? Let me just pop it in there. She's so sweet. Anyway, there we go. Oh, the last step, what I literally just did was I popped in some hot glue gun glue just at the very top in there to hold the skirt in place, because that crafting glue was not strong enough. Anyway, so sweet. I haven't made her any knickers actually. That does go against everything I believe in. All dolls should wear knickers as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I think let's get her on the top of the tree. And how long do you think it would take for Nina to attack you? How long? Sorry, she's looking this way. You looking at me? You looking at me? I'll ask Jason to name her. He's really good at naming dollies. That's like one of his superpowers in life. Giving good names to little dollies. Let's go put her up downstairs because she's too cute. She's a bit extra poofy on that side. How cute are you, little one? What you can do with a pipe cleaner. Here she is atop the little tiny tree. And her name is Peggy the Peg Doll. Hi, Peggy. She matches the tree just perfectly, and her pink candy floss hair is hilarious and I love it. She is just perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now let's see how long she lasts atop this tree before she gets murdered by a cat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Peggy. It's gonna happen. You're going to be had by the kitty. Oh, she's giving me a shifty look. Beautiful. Christmas Eve. It is now 10:10 at night, and I have just finished knitting and weaving in the ends of Jason's Christmas socks. Yes! Nothing quite like knitting on Christmas Eve for a present. So there they go, they're not getting blocked. And I'm wrapping them individually because they are two objects. I'm going to roll them and knit them like a and wrap them like a cracker. I'm glad they're done. I could have worked on them tomorrow, to be honest, and given them to him in the afternoon and he wouldn't have even noticed. But they're done. That makes me happy. They are very pretty. So yeah. Let me show you my fireplace. It's looking cute. I've got my Christmas village with the fairy lights, all sparkly, and the stars surrounding. And then everyone's stockings are done. Ooh. Got Jason, Christina, and Nina. Ooh, my knees. Nina's I finished today. How cute. So yeah, they look very nice. And her paw print is Liberty quilting cotton, and then I just zigzagged around the edges with my machine. And it's so cute. So cute. And Presents. Someone got my baby some presents, aren't they cute? Don't even have a baby yet. But she has dollies for when she arrives. And these, oh, had these made a few years ago. You could have these printed with your name on. And they did it while you waited. I got them at work and they're cool. I just wanted one that matched Jason, that we would have the same. And they are sweet. I did some of these last week actually. Now they don't do this design here anymore. They do ones with teddy bears or other more decorative ones, and the letters aren't just like an ink, they're glittery. But I think those are more cool. They look more old-fashioned and like as if they really have come off I don't know, like an old 1940s or earlier post bag. So those are super cute. And oh, I've got some little presents here. Oh, I'm so excited to open them. Oh, I got these little ones as well. I got them done at the same time. They match. Those are quite nice just for like a few little sweeties. But these have been a complete pleasure to make. I didn't end up embellishing them with any rickrack or pom-pom trim because they're so busy already. I just couldn't do any more. And where these lay beautifully flat here, this one does not, and I suspect I actually cut that top colourful piece using the wrong pattern. I think I have two, and I think one of them should go in the bin because it's not right. But Nina doesn't care. And Nina got a present actually. Somebody sent Nina, oh, not that one. Oh, what's that one? I haven't seen that one. Lickalicious. Ooh, disgusting. Rich in salmon, a complimentary pet food for cats from 3. That looks gross. She'll love it. Nina, a friend must have sent her a present, so I put it. I put it in her stocking. And these are her favourite. She loves Feasties. And I don't know if she's had this flavour. So yeah. And those treats are for me. Okay, I better go to sleep now that those are done. Because tomorrow we've got a busy day. Mine is the nicest. Happy Christmas Eve.
Be a good girl now.